What's going on out there in the void of space tonight? It's been a little while. Let's see, who do we have out there in the YouTube and the Twitch chats? Let's find out.
How you doing, guys? In the Twitch chat, I see it's Morgs, J-Matcher, Besco, Inspired John, Mercypan, J-Matcher, Mitchie, Silverbane, Evenstar, Jedi Lunchbox, Silent Moments, Mars, Saronin, Tessara, Marzipan, Adarainen, Coding Guy, Flagmanet, Reap, Silent Moments, Dun, Gemini, The Real Ink Titan, Torch Totem, Corrupt Sapphire, Sid the Cat, Tan Dados, and Lord Anubis. Inspired John, and Zooks. In YouTube, I see Stuart Brown, Denerby, S. King, Stephen Johnson, Dan in Space, Red Sword, Samuel, Dan, Hand Peter, that guy, Chicken Fry Ramen, Yaki Yaki Zafros, Over in Gaming, RM, Nils, Benjamin, SMO, Deadly, Chameleon, Chameleon. Pretty sure I was reading that wrong. Denerby, Padog, and many more. Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing? Sorry, I'm just having some audio cutouts. You good now? Okay, good. So, where have I been? Well, a mix. I was in vacation 1 week, and then I was in a semi-vacation. I was at TwitchCon for over a week, basically for the TwitchCon event, but also for the kind of before and after parties, you might say. So they're at a really good time, kind of, I guess, making the most of summer, and obviously really, really good to be back at conventions and seeing people again. I met a couple of people I actually met a handful of people from the Space Engineers community at TwitchCon. They found me, which was really cool to always always meeting people from the community in person is always a really, really cool experience. It never gets old, So I don't know if anyone else was there and didn't know I was going or anything, but I hopefully we'll be going to the one in San Diego as well later this year. So let me know. So yeah, that's why there hasn't been streams lately. It's just because I've been on the move, on the travel, and I mean, it could be cool in the future to have like a mobile setup, right? That's the point. Like to have a gaming laptop. I can be in the back of the van doing an SE stream. So that's the dream, right? Let's see. Any footage of it? Footage of the event. I was streaming some of the event, so you can. I did a bit of a run around the convention, so you can find that on my channel. But we're here today to catch up about everything to do with Space Engineers and the community, because I'm sure you guys have some questions after the last stream, and I'm also looking forward to seeing what you guys have been up to in my absence here. So there's that. What I will say right off the bat, I know you're probably thinking, it's been like a month. What about the next update? Are you going to give us any more details? And the answer is no, not today. I'm sorry. No, I would love to come with it, but we are getting closer. I mean, that's like an obvious one, but the progress, everything is in full swing. I've got a really crazy time ahead, prepping for the trailer for this. As you guys know, the big focus of the next update is Grid AI, and it is going to be game-changing to the way you play. There's going to be a ton of new features. I know some of the recent updates, they come with great aesthetics, which can add to your creations. Obviously, we also had the warfare as well, which brought a lot of cool weaponry and combat systems. But I feel like from a gameplay point of view, or at least from a mechanic point of view, I feel like this coming update is definitely going to give you the most new things to do potentially, if that's what you're into. So we'll see. I know. I don't want to. I just thought I'd get it out. Hello, my cat's here. I thought I would just get it out there because I don't want to keep you guys here with the kind of false pretense that you're gonna get some juicy leaks today. You never know, leaks might happen, but there's no planned leaks today. Or I guess that doesn't make it a leak, but there's no planned announcement today. They lock you in the van sometimes. Yes. Yes, very much questions. Yes, very good. There you go. Dovahkeen, welcome. I already got your dirt on me. You need to get some leverage to blackmailing me. There you go. The first rule about update Fight Club. Exactly. Day 730. Is that actually the day, Severs? I appreciate you reminding me. I have brought it up. This is the option to toggle interactive highlights. But is it actually day 739, or is that... I know it's been increasing, but I'm not sure if it's the actual day, you know. Matabu, how you doing? Information extraction. Yeah, well, if you guys had been at TwitchCon, you could have, like, grabbed me, you know, cornered me and was like, what you got? What you got on that update? You've been keeping count. There you go. Day 739, for sure, 100%. What is PCU? Well, actually, yeah. Zaros beat me to it, but it is performance cost unit. And just to give you an idea of what that is, Isaac, it's basically every block is given a performance cost of, you know, how much it will affect the performance of the game. So armor blocks being very, like, doing nothing really, like 1, or I forget on Xbox it's 2. I forget the exact number. I know it was a bit more. And then it kind of scales from there with, like, the heavier, like, stuff like a turret and, like, an AI turret being much higher in PCU because, you know, having one of those blocks is probably the same. Let me have a look. I've got the game up here. Let me just see here. Block weapons. I'm actually curious now. Here you go. So, like, I don't know. I'm looking at, like, this artillery turret. It's got a PCU of 275. So, it's, you know, it's a rough idea, but... and it might be slightly system dependent or situational dependent, but it's around the fact that an artillery turret is 275 times more performance heavy than just a single armor block, right? So for every 275 armor blocks, performance is the same as one turret. And again, it might not be exact, but it's a rough idea to give you an idea, because sometimes it's always been like that, like what is causing my game to be slaggy, or what is causing my game to slow down, or something like this. So this helps to actually give you an idea of blocks that you may want to use sparingly, or be more efficient with their placement, because they're going to have a bigger hit. So I mean most of you guys I think probably know this, but maybe not everyone. I know it's one of those things that, like, look up in the sky and, you know, PCU, because I know, like, just on PC and especially on Xbox, PCU, it can be the bane of many engineers' existence. But let's put it this way, it's not there because we want it there, if you know what I mean. Just the fact that we really want you to be able to go to town, really build the most extensive epic things, but at the same time we have to have some level of, like, playability there, you know. And depending on your system, and obviously Xbox, the stats of your system are known, so it's trying to keep your experience within, like, some playable limit. And obviously, you know, it can degrade past that, and I'm sure, I know some people were playing on PC at, like, 0.3 sim speed and 10 FPS and still playing it and enjoying building. So I think we all have our, like, tolerance levels, I guess. For me, anything below 0.75 sim speed and I begin to cry inside. So I don't know what exactly the limits, if you hit those limits on Xbox, or but they're designed to have some kind of thing so that the game stays playable. But not because we want it to be there, but, you know, systems do have limits. The game itself can always find ways to improve on those limits, both in terms of being able to raise them and just being able to handle more blocks. I know it always seems like nothing changes, but I promise you, if you're someone who's been following Space Engineers for even a couple years, but especially if you know OGs back in 2013, 2014, you must realize just how much more you can do in the game now. And I don't know, if you're playing the game every day, especially, it can be really hard to feel that because you're playing the game every day and it's like, my game is, you know. But if I always hear it from people who come back after a year or 2 years and stuff, or since planets, and they're like, whoa, we can have like these, you know, 10 massive carriers or whatever. So that's the main thing, is somehow perspective. And it's not that the mission is over. This is, by the way, this is my not daily, but this is my Streamly PCU or performance reminder, is that players will always build up until the limits that we have or something, right? Even if we increase the game performance by double, it wouldn't take so long until people have twice as big worlds or twice as big stuff, and it's like, oh, my game is lagging again, I need more PC or whatever. So it's actually a never-ending battle, as I always say. We're always looking at the ways we can get performance gains, but it also gets harder and harder to find those performance gains, at least without changing major parts of the engine, you know, and the game, which of course require lots of resources, and the time taken to do some of these things takes away from time to do features or other stuff. So it's always like a priority resource question. So anyway, I'm on a ramble here. I'm looking forward to answering your questions, but someone asked about PCU and they got me going there. So just your God, how do you say stream? How do you say, like your stream reminder, your once a stream reminder that we love performance to be good. We want you to be able to build bigger stuff, crazier stuff, but it's yeah, it's an uphill battle there. So, right, I'm reading some stuff. Just to see. Yeah, Jesse knows what's up. Jesse knows what's up. A PCU extender, like a block. What will that do, Mitchie? I don't understand what that would do. Let me just see. I was hoping to get a server today, but we might not. We'll see. We'll see if my trusty assistant will be here. But we might not have a server today, which is fine because there's we can showcase other stuff and actually some worlds in single player Eve as well. I'm gonna check it out. Also, you guys may be wondering about the carrier build contest, right? So next, what day is it? Hold on. Yeah, next week I will be providing the way to submit those entries. Just I've got two choices now that I've narrowed it down to, and I'm just double checking it's the right form. So I don't know, I'm not sure how many are here tonight. Just give me an 07 in the chat if you took part in that semi-official carrier rebuilds, what's the word, retrofit contest. Because I know there was like 30 people who wanted to do it like a month ago, but I'm not sure how many people actually did it. So just stay tuned. I will put it also in the link. I'll put whatever the method is, I'll put it in the workshop description as well, and we'll say it on stream and, you know, in the Discord and stuff. So I see at least four, and I think I've already been sent some. So I mean, ideally, as long as we get like 10, I think we'll be able to find a pretty cool version to kind of make the official version of that carrier. It's a super cruiser, whatever you want to call it there. Okay, so questions. Let's have a look. Ideally, put your questions in brackets, like questions in brackets before your thing, so I can mainly more easily see here. Okay. I see one that I wanted to address immediately here. Wait, where'd it go? Oh yeah. The differences between SC and Empyrean. Well, I'll be honest with you, I haven't played Empyrean for many years. But the main thing I say is that I know that it's definitely, this is from my maybe even limited or dated knowledge, but it's not as physics based. But when it comes to survival, there's definitely some really cool things there. They definitely have, I feel like, more going on for some of the survival things, but then it doesn't have the kind of physics, destruction, and stuff like that. And I don't know the planets. The planets didn't. They were never. In the past, at least, they weren't like these spherical things you go anywhere on. There was some kind of thing where you'd fly. I can't remember. Not the best question for me to answer, honestly, but I know that, you know, it's one of those games that's been similar to SE, and I know there's people who enjoy both. And as just from my personal point of view, you know, there's been lots of games over the years that people have compared to SE, and, you know, say SE is gonna destroy SE or something. And I've never been like that. I do believe that there's room for multiple great sandbox sci-fi space games in the space, and yeah, and there's more out there, and there's more coming all the time, you know. And I'm definitely, if there's a great game, I'll play it, you know. I'm not gonna, not all this kind of super, you know, passive aggressive competition or anything. Like, I'm all for you know, the more games there are in the space, it just encourages innovation, right? So that's what I'll add on that, I guess. Maybe some people in the chat can give you some feelings. Will there be expanded options for coloring cut down blocks? Echo, are you referring to like the partially built blocks, like the grinded down blocks or something? Because I know some of them we have the option to color them, like, you know, like the rust skin and the moss skin, I believe. Those two only, maybe there's another one. Those can actually color or paint these partially grounded blocks. But the other ones, you know, the other skins and stuff don't have that option. I am certain it could be done because of the fact that we already have a couple of skins. Because the thing is, when we first added the moss skin, the mossy skin, it was a bit weird because you'd have like for some cool scenario, you'd have a ship that was kind of overgrown on a planet and stuff, like abandoned. But so it would look cool, but then the kind of partially constructed stuff would be like super shiny. So that was something we had to, especially for these skins that have like, that are supposed to show kind of aged or weathered looks, they needed to have it there. But I mean, I definitely know that people use construction state blocks to I definitely know they use them to, I've gone blank here, to decorate their ships and have more variety. So I can see, who asked that question? Let me just scroll up here. Echo, what kind of, can you give me an example of where you would like to use that? I don't know, like you'd have to have like a red chrome scaffolding or something. I don't know if there's any disadvantage to doing that, other than the fact that they're supposed to be incomplete. So they tend to be, from the like the lore or something, they're being constructed, and when you come to painting something, you tend to do that at the last moment, right? Or you paint the exterior, you paint what you can actually see. And obviously with these scaffolding blocks, you do see other things inside when it's like there. So It's a really interesting idea, and I know we have it for those specific skins, but opening it up to more, it's a really good question. It's a really good question, actually, whether that would be a... So, okay, so for like supports and scaffolding, you would like to have them less shiny, like more like a matte material. It's a good point. How many just give me like a little wave, like who, or just say me, who in chat would like that? Because this is honestly, I feel like I haven't, this might even be the first time I've seen the suggestion, or I haven't seen it very often, at least, like having more skinning options for this. So would that be a big deal? I get it now. I hope that answers it though. AI update when? Soon, TM Brent. I wouldn't dislike it. It's true. It's true. I can bring it up. I'll bring it up at the next meeting. Let me write that. Because... Oh, by the way, you know what I want to do, guys? Hold on. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Construction. States. For me, you guys know me. Well, you don't all know me. You know me, if you've watched enough streams, you know that I'm all down for all the features. Anything that gives players more customization, I'm always down for. The same with thruster color. I would love us. There's so many, like, we normally rock the mod. There's so many really cool things where you can like change the thruster color and you can make it match with the theme of the ship and stuff. But I know that I can sometimes get a bit out of hand with these things, and from like the kind of more balanced perspective, and some people in the team may feel like there's either performance reservations about certain things that you or I may want, but also there's like the actual like gameplay / lore. Now I say lore because we don't really have any lore. We try to keep Space Engineers open so that you can make your own stories, but in terms of like gameplay rules and I say accessibility, but there can be other points other than just like adding everything for the sake of customizing. But my personal thing is like, yeah, not lore, but I don't know, rules of the universe or something. I don't know how to put it. Clang is lore. Yes, there you go. Hold on. Well, Lieps, the first kind of this kind of AI update that is coming is a grid AI update, and the kind of slogan is "Build your friends" or something. So it's our first kind of major look at AI, and possibly not the last look, right? But the main thing is it's going to be, this is like our first. We've had AI in the past, right? We've had some basic AI in terms of some cargo ships or some spiders, or dare I say cyberhounds. But this is like this is a major look into AI, our first major kind of look into AI, because it's going to be a whole update focused on this. So I'm trying to say something without saying too much, but as I said, it will come with a lot of game-changing things. I think the workshop, and I think we also we can't wait for the workshop to come alive with your creations. So yeah. Yes. I see some. Hold on. Okay. Someone asked about, did I meet any SE streamers at TwitchCon? I didn't actually, sadly. I wasn't aware there was any there. But I don't think any of the kind of frequent or main or YouTubers, streamers went to TwitchCon. But let me know if they did, because I'll be like, damn, I didn't see them. But not to my knowledge. But I tell you what was amazing. I tell you what was amazing was that actually, you know, often I realize that Space Engineers still has a lot it could grow, because I often meet people in real life and I say, oh, you know, I work on a game called Space Engineers, and they're like, oh, I haven't heard of that one. But actually, I was on a couple of other streamers' streams, you know. I was just like a guest on some other streamers. And, you know, people were like, they were kind of asking me, oh, so what do you do and stuff? And I was saying, you know, I work on Space Engineers. And loads of their chat was like, well, Space Engineers, I love that game. Oh, it's such a good game, you know. And like, no way, I play that all the time. So even though some of the individuals that I may have met didn't, it was interesting that, like, it seemed to be like quite a bit of their community who watches them knew about the game, which is really cool. And these weren't like gaming streamers either. These were more like IRL streamers, as the term goes. So just chatting streamers. But it was really cool to see that. You know, there was yeah, I don't know. So that was kind of the main thing that came up when I was at TwitchCon. Code Salvage. Look, Codes, do you normally watch these streams out of interest? Oh, did you also watch? Did you watch these streams and then you saw me on Hitcher's stream? I'm really curious now. Anyway, other questions here. Just wondered if it boarding ramps to the game similar to like Millennium Falcon, as it's probably. Okay, so you're talking about like maybe like a door block or like a hangar door, so not a physical, like an animated block that would, you know, go down like this and be a compact way to enter ships. That doesn't involve rotors and hinges or whatever. Yeah, I mean, here's a question. I want to ask that, are there any good boarding ramps on the Steam Workshop? And I already know I feel like I definitely have seen at least 2 in the past. I've checked them out. But I'm just thinking if there's any kind of technical challenges of having like a boarding ramp kind of thing in the game, because well, we're thinking because if it was to be an animated block, I think you'd have this bounding like collision box like the hangar doors where you can't. Oh no, I don't know. I guess you can, because ships can fly through it. +1 for boarding ramps, +1 for board. Because I feel like there's a catch with them, right? I feel like there's something that can make them potentially complicated when it came to like, you know, like bounding collision boxes or something. But it would be great. It would be a really cool way to have like a ramp that would come down, you can walk into your ship, but it would be compact and it would be stable and wouldn't be clanging, potentially clanging. But I mean, I've seen yeah. I mean, as Such Neek says, if we get a boarding ramp, you'd want to have like where are the animated landing gears as well. That's the thing, right? And I could see like people using animated boarded ramps for landing gears. And there for sure is challenges with having animated landing gears, because it's a great idea to have something that is compact and that can be like can even be like in a WOM, but in a small grid it could be like a WOM 1x3 kind of length box that would like fold out and come down, so super compact and give that. But in the past, at least, I know it's been discussed. We've even discussed it on stream, but I think at least in the current thing, there have been mods of that as well. We've had modded landing gears, but my memory, I also remember having issues with those animated landing gears. That they did work sometimes, but they also came with some kind of strange edge cases. So I think only partially extending might be a problem. Right. I think that's the thing, right? There's what if made like doors, they have to seal and unseal for space? What do you mean, Silence? Yeah, all the animated blocks, extendable, because you can make all of these things right now with rotors, pistons, hinges, right? And someone said extendable ladders, you know, having a ladder that would come down. But then again, it's like, so those edge cases start coming, right? That's cool though, Codes. That's really cool. It's cool you found me. And yeah, I had a great time. I hung out with Sarah a lot, actually. It was really good. So that was cool. Hey, Carmack, how you doing? Some dramatic music playing here. Let's see. Always glancing between two. If you can't, just give us extendable, retractable ramps. Yeah, well, what if it was like think about this. What if it was like hangar doors, but rather than being hangar doors, they were like a very thin, extendable platform. So it'd be like a 1x1. I'm thinking large grid here, and it would be I don't know, and think like mag plate kind of space like size, but it would like shoot out like thin, really thin. Maybe you can go from like a 1x1 to like a 1x3 or something, because then you could and then at least with that you could avoid using pistons, right? No, I understand, Rosso. I saw the update there, so I'm not sure yet. But it's like air tightness, isn't it? That's the thing. So I know you. How can you not want these things, right? I'm going to write it down to bring it up, see what the guys say about it, because we're always looking for new ideas when it comes to future updates, right? But I'm going to write this down here. So I'm just going to bring it up to see if there was extendable ramps / landing gear / ladders. Yeah. That will cover it. That will remind me. Just because I think I'll get a pretty solid answer, like why that either could be a thing or why we haven't done it yet, you know, so. Yes. Okay. Let's have a little look. Yeah, so I've got that down to ask about. I was messaging our server. How much your hair? I don't know. Fixross. Something's happened to it, right? But I don't know, honestly. Off-topic question, but yeah, it's a mystery. I don't probably. Okay, so I just sent a message to Mr. Server Climb. Hello to Germany. Hello. Right. Yeah, like aeroplane style suspension wheels. Well, there could be. Yeah, I mean. They wouldn't necessarily be retractable, right? But there'd be because right, you think about the wheels we have now. They are very much designed for rovers, cars, trucks. So having a wheel that was, you know, either like where the connection was above it, right? It would kind of clamp down on the wheel below. Would be a big deal potentially for having those kind of fighters or anything like that. I don't know where else it would be useful. I don't know how easy. I mean, again, there are literally nearly everything has been modded already. But again, I don't know what the problem was, and I've had some good memories of these like aircraft mods where they had like the wings and the landing gear and the wheels. But also, from my memory, they often had issues, those wheels. I'm not sure. I don't want to like bash any mods. I'm not sure if that was because they were outdated or something, but plenty of people who watch my streams will know that we've done some of these kind of aircraft scenarios where they have these retractable wheel landing gears and stuff, and they sometimes like go like crazy like this. So I don't know if it's, I mean, you think that if there was some technical issues and we could do it ourselves, then it would be more, we could streamline the process or make it easier to mod those as well. But yeah, I think, as you said, Hendrik, yeah. Can you hear a car alarm? Oh, outside your house, yeah. You rebuilt the Reclaimer from Star Citizen. Very nice. There's been some really great Star Citizen builds over the years. So far, a chatting stream, but this is I'm not sure how many of these you watch, Isaac, but this is normal. Gives the community an opportunity just to chat about the situation and the things going on in the community. But we normally do some showcase or some scenarios, but I'm just currently waiting to see if we can get a server up. So in the meantime, we are focused on the questions. The block painting question? I didn't see that question. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of questions here. You guys have to keep repeating the questions. Oh, it's the first one you caught live. Yeah. Well, hopefully there'll be some gaming in a little bit, Isaac. I might just show some stuff off single player. I mean, right now, I'm actually in the game. I'm in this super old world, and I just happened to load it up because I was making some like fun things in it recently. Let me get it up here. Who remembers this world? Does anyone remember this world? I'm gonna even though it's probably from like 3-4 years ago, I'm gonna show it again on stream because this one always blew my mind, and I was just happened. It's not like a new showcase, but it could be new for some people because it's a really impressive. It's basically like a monorail train. So. That was old. Yeah, you guys remember this one. So I just happened to load it up because I wanted to do something, and I just remember it being really cool, and I wanted to do something inside it. So it's still like, of course, there's lots of blocks it could have in it now, but the mechanism and the epicness of it still stands a test of time here. So maybe we'll jump in that in a second there. Scarlett's talking about Lost Colony. Yes, I know. So the situation is, Scarlett, with that is still the same. Is like the only reason it hasn't been done yet is because of it's very performance heavy. So the for Xbox, it's especially the base Xbox. I think it would be an issue potentially to do it. A lot of it would have to be removed, which potentially would break the kind of like little quests we have in there. So I know it comes up actually probably nearly every once a stream. And it's not that we don't want to have it on Xbox. It's just, again, it would require work to go back there to remove a bunch of stuff and then test it again as well. That's the other thing, right? That's the thing as well that I don't think everyone realizes maybe sometimes when it comes to even simple things. So that for example, that's a scenario. It came out a long time ago now. It was tested, it was released, job complete. Maybe we find bugs in it and we update it, but if we were to make a different version for Xbox, because the current version would not be a good idea. Again, it's just obviously it would require designers' time to do it, and then testing time to test it and make sure everything's good on Xbox. And there's nothing wrong with that, but again, it's a resource question, and we have a limited number of designers who are working on new stuff. They're looking at all that grid AI stuff there, and the same thing with testers. So I know it might sound like a repeat, but it really is like we could get to it at some point, but we have so much coming down the pipeline that it can often be hard to find moments to go back on something that was done, if you see what I mean. And we have done it, right? We have gone and updated past things. But yeah, I don't know how many people on Xbox really want that scenario, especially as well. What's going on, James? You have to do quite a bit to make me mad. I don't get mad very easy. The streaming and doing community stuff for this long, it thickens your skin quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, so you were asking a question about painting each block face differently. Not planned. It would require a huge change in the kind of the engine to allow that. I do appreciate what it would add, especially when you have compact builds, to have like one side as the exterior, another side as the interior. But yeah, there are no plans currently, and I don't know if we had any discussion about like this kind of per face. This would be quite a big undertaking to get right, I think, for all the blocks and so on. So I don't think that's something, yeah, that I can see in the near future. Could be done. The answer to most things, when it's like, could this be in the game? The answer to nearly everything is it could be. The question is, what amount of work would it take to get it, and what would we not add almost by focusing on this one thing? That's the thing, right? So often when we're designing stuff, it goes through phases, right? We went through a phase where we really wanted to add a lot more decorative blocks so you can really build more unique builds and make places feel more like a home and stuff like that. So there's stuff like that, but also it's we try to always look for features that will be the, say, the easiest. It's not to say that we don't look for hard tasks as well, but the best feature is something that is relatively easy to do, but adds a huge amount to the gameplay experience and the immersion and everything like that, right? Because then you can do lots of these things and they add to the game a lot, rather than like one big thing, which is like a lot of work, and it adds to the thing a lot, but like not as much. You see what I mean? So it's always trying to weigh up these resources thing. And obviously this upcoming update, this is definitely, and also Warfare, but this upcoming update definitely is one of those more challenging things, and will bring some really amazing, unique new experiences to the game. So it's always a balancing act. And I'm sure lots of you guys, have your own opinion about how, some would say, I know there's the opinion that it's like, forget all the features, just fix the game, optimize the game. There's there's definitely a crowd, I think, that just wants that. But there's also people who are like, oh, we want still more decorative stuff. Like you want like plant blocks and more vegetation, stuff like that. And then, so it's always, you might say there's no right way of doing it, because everyone has the kind of their own priorities of what they want to see in the game. But we tend to look for like, what is the majority of people like kind of asking for the most, and what is going to have the biggest impact on the community, right? So I'll go on another ramble here, but hopefully that helps you guys with the kind of some of the philosophy when it comes to designing it. I don't know if that's a good answer, but I feel like that's pretty accurate. I was thinking, yeah, like, but for example, just to finish, we actually have a world up, so we're going to join a showcase world, guys, and you're going to show some cool stuff off in a second. So gameplay coming up, or cool stuff in game coming up, and we can still answer some more questions. But for the longest time, combat was a big thing. Not everyone's into combat. Some people hate fighting, all that. But a lot of the comments we were seeing, and the general sentiment was, we want more weapons. We want the combat mechanics to be better. Just more stuff like that. So we went through a couple of updates improving that. that's not to say we're not going to do more. Who knows? But more improvements to combat in the future. But these were two. We had like a pass of improving single first-person experience, and then we also had the Warfare 2, which added a bunch of ship weapons and locking and so on. Because that really was the biggest arc. And now since that time, people are still asking for more weapons. It's normal. But people are more like shifting to like, okay, we want something to shoot at, right? We want stuff to shoot at, but not just the shooting thing, but also like AI as a topic has been it's one of those big ones up there with water. And I mean, honestly, I feel like it's been water, AI, and AI/NPCs, and like combat stuff was like for a while the biggest. And that's why we've started to we did a bunch of stuff on the combat, and now we're looking at the AI side of things. Also another big area is like just the survival game, improving the survival game, adding more features, making it more immersive, like kind of end game content as well. This is another thing that is we spoke about it on a previous live stream. This is another area of the game, the kind of survival gameplay. This is another area that we will be looking into more. Like right now we're focused again on AI, but yeah, like when this first kind of grid AI update comes, then we'll see the community vibes and sentiment, and then we'll see, well, we already have a rough plan, but we can actually change. Like we kind of see what is the community asking for the most. So something like this. Anyway, before we jump in the showcase, I'm just going to show this a bit of this old scenario because it's such a good scenario. Cool thing here. So here, this is, I forgot the exact name of it, but this is it's a train made by Raverick, and some of you may have seen it, but it is still a really, really cool design. It goes like 80 kilometers across Mars, or maybe more, I forget. It's super, super long here. So we're going to just hop on this for a little bit. I'll ask some more questions, and then we're going to jump in. So, yeah. Frank, because regarding those the compound block questions, because actually the game's engines actually diverged a fair amount, so it wouldn't be as easy as copying and pasting that stuff. And for space engineers, it would require a different set of the Dawn Star. There we go, the Dawn Star bullet train. Let's see if it's still working here. Still working. Off it goes. Look at this, a double-decker monorail train here, pulling out of the station. We're already at 60, 65. Entering the tunnel now. Do we have any lights? No lights in there. I thought there was lights, but okay. It's only a short tunnel. There we go. Look at it go there. The dog is... our dog is making some interesting noises. Now, this is not new. This is not new. I think this could even be from like 2016 or something. But it works just like the day it was built. That's what's also cool to see, because I know that often some creations do break with a certain update. We change the collision box or something like that. But it's cool to see something like this. And if you zoom out here, there's the track, right? Oh, okay, I can't quite see actually. Yeah, there it is. So this basically travels from the outpost to the ice station, which is 50 kilometers away. Okay, well, not quite 80, but that's like 50 in a... Hold on, it's like... so it's like 56 and a 55 in a straight line, but then over the curvature, that would obviously be more, and it's also not to take a straight path here, so... So that's just something here, so... Yeah, we can... and actually we should... I think it will derail at some point, and the derailing of this thing was always really cool. Hold on, get me to the front. There we go. It's got a bit of a funny third-person camera here. Oh, I have an idea. I'll just follow it here. So, more questions. There's so many questions. Just please, because I'm, rambling as well as showing stuff, I will miss the questions. The chat will disappear. So I don't ignore questions. I really don't. Even the tough questions I'll answer, even if it's not the answer you want. Just please repeat them if you still haven't had it answered yet. And I'll try my best to get there. Hold on, okay. Will you add the new trailer videos to the main menu screen? Okay, Praetor, yeah, that already came up. We haven't done an update to the main menu videos for ages, actually. I think the last update was... Does anyone know if the release trailer out of early access clips were added to it? So I'm not 100%. Because it either was the update before that, which was the pressurization update. They are for sure there because my big carrier is on the background. I think it's that. I don't even know if the release video is on there. So obviously since then we have all the the updates and DLC trailers, and none of them are in the main menu. We probably need to be selective of which ones, because I don't know how many people these days care about the game download inflating. But of course, if you add a bunch of videos, I mean, to be fair, they're actually lower quality resolution because they're behind the background. You can actually get away with them being not as like super high quality, but still they take up some space. So you kind of have to make some kind of decision about that. All right, I actually kind of really want this thing to derail for you guys because it looks so damn good when it derails. Movie moments here. I don't know how to do it though. Normally, if it goes too quick, it derails by, because we're at 80 odd meters per second now. There's a little bridge coming up. Let's just stick with it here. Maybe we'll catch it. How sophisticated will AI be? Wow. I know, Jeremy. I want to tell you, but I don't know all the details actually, because like I said, it's still inactive. We're still figuring out some things, but you'll just have to wait and see. But I do know that you for sure be able to. They won't just be able to do one task, but that way they definitely will be. There's definitely going to be multi-purpose stuff. So many uses of this new thing. So it's pretty vague, right? But yeah, I can delete some rails. I was just hoping that it would just do it itself here, but it's actually seems to be more stable than when I last did it. Hold on. And when it goes, it goes. Like there's no stopping it. I think it's the autopilot is actually slowing it down, I think, for some of the tougher sections. It looks like that. Repeat question. Could the shape sets for Windows and ARM blocks be unified and harmonized with the full shape set being usable for all? What do you mean say when you say the full set being usable for all? What do you mean by that? Could the shape sets for Windows and ARM panels be unified? You mean like for every type of armor panel there's the same shape for window and vice versa? Is that what you mean? More faces, asked Red Run. So more character customization. Nothing planned yet. It's a big ask about, it's a common question about having more character customization, but it's not something that we have as a priority. I would like to see it come at some point, because even the slightest additions to that kind of character customization can add, when you combine all the different combinations with the existing skins, you can really get way more diversity in the engineers that you meet. But yeah, no plans for that kind of style of update at the moment, but who knows what will change. Okay, so yeah, different so you basically want like more windows, right? And more, okay. Well, I believe there's a lot more, I think there's a lot more armor blocks than there is, yeah, there is. There's a lot more armor panels than there is windows. As for unifying it, I mean, I can kind of see that working. I don't know how many new blocks that would equal if you wanted to have it together, right? But the tail, that is my cat. This is now a cat stream, and this is Django, who likes attention. So just get just get a bit of. There we go. Look at that. He just wants some chin rubs. Yeah. Okay. That's your attention for the day. Attention for the day. Attention for the hour. All right. And he's hair everywhere. Okay, so that's Django. Django reveal. It is indeed a cat. Hi, Zockley. My daughter and I are watching, but she doesn't believe that it's a live transmission. She is 4 and says it is too far away to be live. Would you be kind to say hello to Nora? Nora, hello. This is a real stream. All the way from or to the Czech Republic, Prague. Welcome. Okay, I'm gonna have to derail this thing. Okay, let's shake it here. Let's top out here. Let's see if I can get a. Okay. Just delete some stuff here. All right. Get ready for chaos, guys. Let's see if that's enough. It might go over it. Get ready for no chaos. It managed to handle that like a champ. Okay. How about here? Bigger stretch. All right, that should do the trick. This is going to be ugly. Yeah, here it comes. No! This thing is so tough. It had a little bounce, but... Oh, no. Oh, there we go. There we frickin' go. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Look at that mess. Whoa. That's what I was hoping for. Normally, it's weird actually. Like, there was some kind of like waves going on, and actually the back disconnected and crashed first. That's actually I don't normally see that. Normally the front drops off and crashes, but that was kind of cool, right? Beautiful. There you go. That is Space Engineers. There's a great example of Space Engineers destruction. Physics, deformability, voxel destruction. Quite a crater here, actually. There you go, guys. No survivors. Bruh moment. You know what? I don't know why I thought of it. I just thought of this oof. I heard the news that oof has been removed from Roblox. I can't believe it. Such a classic noise. All right, so that's our train. We're going to jump over to the server now, and you guys can get to showcase some stuff. But shout out to Raverick for their amazing train, which if had I not interrupted it and its journey, it seems like it's really has stood the test of time and is still working all these years later. At least 4 years, 5, 6, I don't know how many years now. Maybe 7 years. Not quite 7, that can't be right, but probably 5 years. It's on a planet, so 25. At least, actually maybe 7, because I've just forgotten. Like, we're now like the 9th anniversary, aren't we, of Space Engineers? So the time goes. So I have the link here. Is that a different IP address? Let's see if I can connect this one. We're in. Okay. Let's see how much stuff has already been pasted in here. Say goodbye to the... See if this... It's already fin... Okay, hold on. That's not good. That's not too bad yet. Okay, I'll probably turn off. Oh no, I'm not admin. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Well, It's better than nothing. Wow. Oh, my ship. Wait, this is the... Oh, wait. Is this the down... No, wait, hold on a minute. Wait. Is this... Ah, this is the... Oh, I think... Yeah, this is the... No, is it? I can't tell. Yeah, this is the downscaled version that I think... I don't know. Is this W... Yeah, WS. I thought WS. I was wondering if it was someone else. So they made a downscaled version of this ship because the original size was a bit too ridiculous, right? In some ways. Manageable size landing on planets. I'm not going to check out this ship yet, though. I know that... I don't think WS even wanted to be in the contest, but I don't want to go for any of these ships until we get to the stream to go through them. So there's a teaser there from WS. I've seen some screenshots that they set on my... Oh, sorry. Cat hairs, literally. Just like... Whew. It's like I'm like a cloud of cat hairs now. Setting off my... Okay. Alright, I'll let you guys... Hold on a second here. Can we get some clan cakes to go with our clan cola? I don't even know what clan cake would taste like. Because when I think clan cola, I'm just imagining like a, you know, an off-brand cola flavor, you know, thing. I don't know what kind of cake. Hey, Climb, thank you. I'm sorted. Climb's on mobile right now, and he's able to sort me out. Incredible. Thank you, Climb, for your... damage is turned off now. Okay, great. Dedication, sir. I'm sure you've missed setting up servers. Well, you've probably been doing it for other stuff as well, I imagine. But I appreciate it, man. We were doing all right. We were probably going to try and survive today without the server, but it works well now. So I'm just going to... any plan? Hold on. I'm going to just quickly use the bathroom, but I just read a question here from Reaper. Says, any plans to add new tools? No plans for new tools at the moment. When you say grind a world of drill, what do you mean by that? So different versions, like stronger ones, weaker ones, different shape, size ones. I'm just curious what you meant by that, Reaper. Clan cake equals Twinkies. Can you guys do a talk? Sorry, Axel, do you want us to do a talk on our Voxel tech? So like talk about it as it is or something? Okay guys, I'll be back in just a second. But yes. Well, Axel, you know we're doing these like kind of V-Rage tech talks. Maybe one of the topics we could do is on Voxel tech, but probably more like the future Voxel tech would be more likely at this point. You guys know that we did a tech talk on volumetric water, and we do want to do more of these V-Rage tech talks. I don't know that any details about what the next one will be and when it will be, but Voxels is obviously a massive part of V-Rage. That was, I think even was like the first kind of big feature that Marek originally coded all those years ago now. So for Minor Wars. SE Cookbook. Hold on, what was that? Did we get... Okay, clan cake, this is Os Makar says, would be a tart and fruity cake with fruits baked into the cake itself with a rich and flavorful jam with a thick, creamy whipped cream. Oh, and a delayed, notable, tangy aftertaste, that being the clang part. There you go. That's it, Os Makar. Let's get that cooked up. Let's see what that would look like and taste. Nice haircut. How you doing, Prada? I mean, I guess I did get a haircut like 2 weeks ago, but someone said what happened to it. I don't know. It's just a bit crazy, honestly. Question: will there be a sniper rifle over a long way? So, Diamond's talking about like more first-person character weapons or tools. It's not something we're working on at the moment, but I think there could be at some point, Diamond. This is something that I, again, would really like to see more diversity in those first-person tools, especially like even just like some kind of like Semtex or something that you could like. That wouldn't be a warhead necessarily, but it would be something that you could like stick onto something. So it's something that is not currently planned, but in terms of revisiting and doing more stuff for first-person characters and like that experience, then I think it can be looked at in the future. Yeah, like so binoculars as well. You want the ability to zoom without a camera. It makes sense because sometimes it's really hard to know where to go. Okay, now I want the Semtex. The sound effects was doing it. So sticking on to some side of some ship, blowing through a wall. Every time we talk about V-Rage, other people parrot it as things come into SE. Can't count how many times streamers have mentioned SE getting real water physics. I haven't. Yeah, so with a V-Rage Tech Talk, we try to remind people that this isn't like definite stuff coming in the near future for SE. This is kind of research, experimental stuff for V-Rage, which could, at some point, make it into, become actual gameplay. But it's still very much like long-term stuff. But it's still exciting. It should be exciting to like see like the kind of things that we want for the future. When is the next update? Getting closer. Soon, TM Prada. Grid AI is on the way, but no date yet. You guys tend to know when there's an update getting closer because we really start to give some more hints or drop some kind of previews or whatever. So I think until you guys see stuff like that, you can kind of know that it's not that soon. But keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. I will share as soon as I have it. Just because I need to definitely, I was going to leave it up, but actually I just realized I just need to always keep an eye on this. I will be just, again, pop into the bathroom real quick, guys, and we can continue this, and we'll go through some of the ships that have been pasted in. So back in a second. All right, guys. Where are we at? It's often hard to escape. Right. So, Dennis, what's going on? I tell you what, guys. In general, I'm still getting caught up with SE because I haven't played Space Engineers in ages. Actually, this is the first time I've played it in like, maybe not quite. Yeah, maybe, no, actually no. I think I played it 2 weeks ago, but still, in general, that's a long time ago. What the heck is that? I see some railgun monstrosity over here. Now that's a lot of damage right there. Railgun to the max. Why is the sound? I feel like it sounds like I've got my helmet on, but I've just taken my helmet off there. So, hey Derpius, how you doing? Can we get a new raiding mission at the Trey station? Defeat some NPC crew at the station and retrieve an item. So, in general, Eric, I can't say too much, but first up, you know, we have this Grid AI update coming. But as I already kind of hinted at, we want to be looking at the survival exploration side of the game. And, you know, Grid AI, I'll say, can add a lot of new potential, I say potential scenarios, but just potential to the game, which when it would come to adding or improving the existing mechanics that we have, you know, missions or anything, it can play a massive part. So while I can't say the precise things that are coming, I do want to say that, like, the exploration and survival side of the game, encounters, all that good stuff, that is an area that we want to improve. So does that make sense? Anyway, I'm trying to look at all this stuff here. There's some amazing... Look at this thing. Whoa. Like a giant flying submarine, but it's the... huge in size. Wait, isn't this... Wait a second. Isn't this... Wait, I feel like I recognize this. Let's have a look here. Just seeing to get some interior shots. Okay, so we got like a Brit world. Look at this. It's like being on an airship. You saying I can't say too much is saying a lot to me. Well, that's good, I guess. Well, I do try to give some like kind of winky hints or something. Saying something without saying anything, if you know what I mean. That way, if anything changes, it's nothing like nothing is confirmed, but it gives you an idea of like maybe some of the things that we're researching. And we need to get Marek on the stream, because Marek can say really, you know, whatever he wants, and it's always official. So saying more with saying less, exactly. So yeah. The Atlas. Oh, that's amazing though, this thing. Oh, it is from Subnautica then. Ah. I actually thought I recognized this icon on the side there. It's one of those creatures, you know. This is amazing. It's obviously massive. It's obviously sized up here, but it... Imagine being on this in like a water world. Water in a sea, and you're like not just in like in a small submarine, you're like in a giant underwater fortress almost, swimming fortress. Oh wow. And in the bay where you normally have like the smaller submarine, right, you've got a pelican, because why not? The crossover no one expected here. Oh, there's the other one. I forgot the name of it. Oh, Seamoth. Yeah, Seamoth. I remember all these. Such a good game, Subnautica. So you got a Seamoth docked up here and a pelican. And that is a mighty, mighty fine Pelican, I might add. Look at that. Such a great ship design. So I don't normally do showcases of these bigger ships because they could easily have the whole entire stream, but it's got a, yeah, it's a really, really, really impressive build. I don't know who made this. It's I'm going to guess by the pilot it's going to be Bold Tar is my assumption here. It looks like they're driving this. But I don't know if they're the creator or just a paster. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you, Rotor, for repeating some of the answers as well, because, of course, obviously it's not always easy because people will arrive at the stream different times, which is normal. So, if you guys do see some questions in the chat that I've already answered, please do feel free to help out me and also your fellow viewer if it's already been addressed. Wow. This looks like some interstellar long-range transport ship here. It's impressive. It's, you know, here it looks very bulky, but it's flying on flying in the atmosphere here. Look at that. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna do a bit of a speed run because we've already got a lot. I'm gonna turn off building as well now, so I think we've got enough stuff to look at for a bit. So let's. Oh, it's all over the place. Where to start? Okay. It's already. I think I should turn off shooting as well. It might help performance a little bit here. There we go. Peace and quiet too. Sam, you build the Atlas. Amazing, Sam. Very nice. Welcome, old duck. How you doing? This is a cool looking ship. Oh, now I can't do anything. Strange. Nice use of the light panels. I love that these are now used, because in the past you would use like LCD screens to achieve the same effect. So it's cool that we have these light panels. They're still one of my favorite blocks that we released this last year. Super simple, but they can add so much to a build. Okay, so it looks like it's maybe a mobile refinery mining ship. It's got like little miners in the hangars on the side. Underneath, we've got big car containers with kind of docking ports. It looks like something that you actually would use in survival, right? Looks like it's got a function, clear function there. This is made by Derpiest Turtle. Correct me if I'm wrong, but very nice, Derpiest. Now, coming down to the smaller end of things. Where am I? Am I in somewhere? Okay, I'll come over here. Jump on this little... insert your advertisement here. I'm coming. Who's this? The driver. I can't read it. I can't read that. What's my problem today? I can't read it. Oh, what is that? An Iwan Grande? Stop the bus! Okay. Hello there, welcome aboard. Alright, look at all the rails. This is so good. Again, we're seeing these neon tubes used as like decorative rails. Just like you would see on a bus, you know, grabbing onto the rails and so you don't fall over. I love to see it though. We've seen a couple of really cool uses for that. Even good to see the offset passenger. Oh, I fell out. Offset passenger seat also getting some use there as well. All right, take us to the next showcase, Grande. Iwan Grande? I think that's what it was. Or was it? It was like EUAN, I think. Got those doors that close up. They sit flush with the rest of the design. Awesome, awesome. It's very it's quite a cool modern looking bus. It's like quite streamlined as buses go, you know. It's just there's like a freaking. Is that a TIE Defender in the background? All right, we got an awesome ship here. This will do pretty good. Okay. Thank you for the ride and a nice, very nice bus. So this is a. Poor look at this ship here. Incredible. Level of detail's amazing. Got this kind of place for the thruster as well. It's crazy. Since I held Django, like I've just been like, all not itchy, but like. Amazing greebling work here. Really, really good at greebling work. Like, for example, this, right? You've got like a passageway and 2 armor blocks sticking out, but just creating some interesting shapes. There's a lot going on here. And the passageway is covering the engines as well. Bit of added protection there to the thrusters, sorry. Not too many weapons. Got a sensible amount of weapons, I feel like. Love the shading. Different colors. The mix of skins there. The lighting as well. Let's say the landing gears then as well here. And retractable landing gears using the good old magnetic plates. Another one of my favorite blocks we added this year, honestly. I've seen it used so well already. So simple, retractable landing gear, but it works great. Look at this, like, yes, I'm saying, like, you're creating the ability to create your own like landing legs is such a huge deal here. So this is the, well, I don't know whose this is. Hold on. Is this Scruffed? I think is inside. Scruff. This is beautiful. Like, do you guys not think that if you're looking at the ship just like this, it almost looks like a pre-built model, like something that you would see in like another game. You know, maybe it would even be like, you know, even like a space RTS or something. But just like it looks like a preset model, good to go. Hey Darkstorm, how you doing? Just need some decals. No ETA yet. No ETA yet. You know. I'll say when we get closer, you'll get a better idea. Okay, so another really cool looking ship next to it. A ship from Lieps here, with a ton of custom turrets here. I love how this like system wasn't really official, even though our designers were using it as well. To create, like, using the hinge, the large hinge base with the small hinge attachment to create all these custom turrets here. Also really cool looking. Got railguns in the front. Also retractable landing gear here. Lot of weapons. This has a lot of weapons for the size of the ship. This is the kind of thing I want to see in Starcore, you know. I need Zoc to delete my ship. Can I? Hold on. I need to turn on. Wait, yeah, we'll delete the ships we looked at. It breaks my heart. Oh, I just noticed something. It's a spinning kind of antenna radar on the top as well. Subtle touch. I'll tell you what, I was looking at this again. There's so many different skins here. There's like the industrial skin, I think it's called. There's like the sci-fi skin. There's the camo skin. There's the clean skin. There's the neon armor skin in one spot, right? That's really interesting how they use so many different types. The same color, I think, but just so many different types, like a patchwork almost. But it gives it that kind of more detailed, greebled, put together look. That's not so clean, right? Right. We'll delete this one. Oh. Yeah, we'll delete the submarine. No, this is nothing personal. We're just deleting stuff that I've already looked at here. So did that work? Okay, we're going to delete WS as well. I had a brief look, but WS knows. I'm going to be looking at this in greater detail later. We checked out this cool... Did I get the name of that one? Who's this is? Oh, this is Derpius, yeah. Ah! Oh, wow, okay. This one I looked at earlier has this crazy... Look at that. What the heck? So is that like a drill? Like a holographic drill or something? It kind of looks like it if you look at the part spinning around there. That is something. Here, I was thinking like it was like a deep space, like a kind of deep space exploration ship, but I'm now wondering if it's like a mining ship, or is it an ion drive? Is it? Oh no, it's the back of the ship, isn't it? No, it's the back of the ship, and it's like a massive thruster. So I'm thinking about it wrong. I bet you. Let's turn it to nighttime here. Wait. Yeah. Okay. So this is someone who wishes we had large capital ship thrusters, isn't it? Because there's the front. That's like the antenna at the front. So it is like this long-range exploration ship, I think. And you come around to the back, and then you see like this huge ion flame. All right, can we see some freaking hype in the chat? If you want to have thrusters as big as this in the vanilla game, what would this even be? That would be, yeah, like 12 by 12. 12 by 12 by, let's say, like, realistically, maybe like by 12, pretty much. 12 by 12 by 12 thrusters. I need to see some hype if that is something that you would, or if that is something that you actually would like to see. And it's not to say that it would be overpowered, because it would require a ridiculous amount of resources to build and to power, but it would save on PCU massively, because it would just be like one massive engine rather than having like 20 of the smaller ones. Comically large thruster. Want to see a Titan thruster? I don't know if that's a little bit too big, but maybe like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, like the two capital ship blocks I know that people have always wanted are thrusters and gyroscopes. Because when it comes to powering 1 kilometer long ships, the thing that you end up spamming to heck is the thrusters and the gyroscopes. And maybe also reactors as well, I guess. Everything else you don't need the mega size of. Am I right? Yeah, like 3x3 gyros even. No such thing as too big. Well, the thing is, if they're too big, then you are also limited to, like, you have to have a certain size to make it. Where if I feel like it was a bit smaller than this, you could, if it was even 10 by 10, right? 10 by 10 would just cut off this bit here. So if it was like, if you look at it, if it was, I can't do it in my hand. If it was just like a little bit, tiny bit in, I think it would still be big, but like, I don't know. Uncle Jay, awesome. I'm going to give you the place to submit those next Thursday, Uncle, as well. Because I've lost track of how many people have made them. So I'm going to, next Thursday's Keen stream, I'm going to have the actual way to submit all the lists, all the links for that, okay? Because I said 15th, right? So you guys have around just over 2 weeks to actually, oh wow, I just launched like a torpedo or something. Oh wow, these are like torpedo bays in here, I think. Look at that. Oh wow, they're like self-building as well. So the hatches close. Whoa, okay, let's come in here. Let's have a look. Oh, it won't work. Oh, it is working because welding's turned on. Okay. So inside. I was surprised because I thought I turned building off, but it seems to be working. Although it's not finishing it. I don't know. So it builds up. Maybe it's not as peaceful as I first thought this was. Wow. Got there in the end. So who's this build again? I don't know whose this is now. There's a lot of people on site. No, wait, no. I had the name. Is this Swiss Leo's? No, I don't know actually. Or is this Knapp? Oh, Django has found his way into the room. Hello, yeah. He was super mad because I shut him out. Yes, hello, I know. You found your way in. But very nice. Very, very nice. So, talking of big ships, big thrusters, big stuff, here we have an absolute chungus of a turret here. Look at this. It's got his own little radar here. And in the barrels of this massive turret, we've got... Okay, interesting. I don't want that's going to be so loud to shoot. We've got 9... I wonder how powerful that is when it fires off, though. Because these are quite powerful, right? These individual ones. But I don't know if they would be as powerful as some of the large grid ones. But imagine the ship that this would go on, right? I know all that good stuff, Reaper. I know all about that topic of conversation. Okay, guys. So we're running out of time here. I'm going to look at it. I appreciate I won't be able to look at everyone's stuff today. So maybe I'll do a speed run here a little bit. But I'm still going to miss some, I think. Also, caught my eye here. Love the aesthetics. Something different going on, a different color scheme. So is this the bridge? Oh, wow. Okay. What is this? This is made by Chile. Love this kind of gritty interior, you might say, more industrial vibe. It's got the living space here. It's got a nice layout though. It's not too cramped, not too spacious. It's got a nice selection of decoration. We've also got little windows here to change as well. I think is the back just storage, or is that also? Yeah, I think so I think the front is the living area. So it's mainly a cargo ship, I think, transporting cargo and also gases, fuel. But love the color scheme, love the gray and this kind of like rusty orange and red. Really, really nice here. So Chile, that's very, very nice build here. The cargo Artagus. There you go. Very nice. So yeah, I'm just doing a speed run now. Let's see. This was pretty early on. A little tugboat here. Tugboat for the Water Mod 3.0 by Such Sneak. Look at that. I love the little wheels on the side, the little wheels on the side as well. Amazing. It's got the magnetic panels at the back so you can actually grip onto a ship and pull it. So it looks like in the Water Mod, this tug will legit work and we'll be able to push stuff around. It's really cool, Such Sneak. We haven't checked the Water Mod out for a while. We haven't even checked out Water 3.0 yet. So we will have to jump into a server at some point and check that out. But very nice. Here we've got a ship by Red Sword. It also happens to be red and black. Looks like it... Oh no, I was going to say only space, but actually it's got the atmospheric as well. So have a little look inside. Oh, okay, got a hangar. Oh, these are cursors, right? Nice. Always love to see cursors, and well, a very nice color scheme as well. That's a good choice there. The black with the red around. That's really cool, actually. So pretty heavy duty as well. We got a lot of weapons on here, mix of stuff. So it looks like also something that's ready for battle, right? So yeah. Zipping on here. Last couple of ships. Let's just see what else there is. Oh my goodness. I see a helicarrier. Holy moly. Look at that. Helicarrier with at least 5 atmospheric in each corners. I've seen a lot of helicarriers over the years, but this is one I haven't seen before. I love the searchlights on the deck. We've got these custom turrets as well. Anti-air turrets. Got some artillery turrets on here as well. It's the briefing room. No, this is the mess. Is this the mess hall, I guess? Up here, the bridge. This is made by Prixos 28. Very nice. Yeah, I'm a sucker for helicarriers. I kind of wish they were a thing, you know. Is that an elevator? Yes, it is. So we can come to the lower deck here. Look, you can also launch fighters from here, or they can return here as well as the top deck. And here you can see on the floor there's a bunch of connections where the various fighters or bombers could actually dock up and stay securely docked below the deck before the need to raise them to the surface or lower them here. So really, really cool looking stuff here. Helicarrier's in the workshop. Yeah, if any of you guys want to link your stuff, please do share the links in the chats. You're welcome to. It's very hard for me to link everything that I see, but if you want to link something that I've showcased, please do. So we've got the kind of mix of medical room and maybe planning room here. Big, reminds a little bit of the Shield Helicarrier with this huge panoramic kind of window on the bottom here. And there's also a little dropship, looks like here as well. Sorry. Where is that? There you go. Little dropship. Also looking pretty cool. Docked underneath to take people down to the surface if it's staying hovering in the air. You know what? I'm super curious. I always like watching these videos from like Mustard. Do you guys know Mustard? Like this, where they're talking about crazy aircraft and designs in the past. Not necessarily just aircraft, but this is getting me thinking as well. Like, I wonder how viable it would be to have a nuclear-powered helicarrier. I feel like the amount of thrust required is massive. And obviously, nuclear power can provide that, but when you think how heavy aircraft carriers are, it would have to be built from different materials, I feel like, to keep it. But also, I feel like one of the reasons that it's not a thing is because basically having a flying nuclear bomb, not quite, but having something that's in the air that is like running on a large amounts of nuclear power probably isn't the safest option. I'm just still questioning if a nation decided, let's make an actual helicarrier in the 2020s, ignoring the potential nuclear danger, would it actually be viable with the materials, technology that we have? It's a question for you guys. I haven't looked it up, but now I'm getting thinking, like, is it actually possible? Probably a ridiculous amount of money as well, but it wouldn't be, yeah. I mean, there's also questions, it wouldn't be worth the effort. That's the other thing. It wouldn't be, would it be, like, from a tactical point of view, worth the effort to have one? Too much hassle, cause a meltdown, have to force it. Nuclear power is very, yeah. Viable, no. Viable, no. Feasible. Feasible, not feasible. Just because that's what I imagine. The thrust needed would be ridiculous. Probably with enough funding. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of Navy ships, I realized that, Jan, but there's one thing about having a boat, which is nuclear powered. Another thing that is like, of a, maybe even a similar mass, but that's all like hovering somewhere like in the air for extended periods of time is another question. Yeah, because there's the practicality. There's a lot of questions about it. That's why I was asking, not if it would be like, not like if it would be like practical. Just basically, could it be created, like we see here, or like in Marvel, you know, the Shield Helicarrier. Maybe a high altitude carrier, but not too low. Yeah. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up after this. Gonna get reading about it. Yeah, just I'm curious. I'm just curious. What could we do if we put our minds to it, ignoring all the, you know, not the monetary or like the environmental potential danger, but just like technologically. So, anyway, guys, I think on that note, and we had a look at Liep's ship. Really cool little like frigate here, or something like a destroyer. I don't know what class you call it, but really nice design, sleek. So I was just finishing that build. I think we were distracted, so I didn't see everything. I'm gonna just leave my camera somewhere and answer a few more questions here today, guys, before we wrap it. I missed all these ships. I'm sorry. Whose is this? Is this more your ships, Chili? But yeah, I missed a lot, but we saw a lot as well. So next week we'll do some more showcase. Turn up. You can paste it in, and hopefully I won't miss it next week as well. I was just kind of randomly zipping around here. So I'll leave my camera somewhere. Oh, we go. I'll leave my camera. I'll leave my camera here. That's some stuff happening in the background. So any final questions for today? I know there's a lot of questions I didn't answer. As I always say as well, it's impossible for me to answer all the questions in one stream. But I'm always, trying to get as many as I can do while also doing some other stuff. Will we get electronic warfare update at some point? So that guy, I do like to think that we'll revisit combat again and add more stuff to combat. But obviously the last couple updates have been focused on like those mechanics. So I think when we're looking at this AI, and there's going to be other things like exploration related stuff potentially. But I do think that there's a good chance that we'll see more combat stuff also at some point in the future. And electronic warfare is a big area that could be really cool from like an engineering and a kind of gameplay point of view. So no plans currently, but I do think that's something that we could do. I just have to pick some questions here now. There's too many. Elevator blocks, no plans, but would add a lot. And the question again is how would they be done in a way that would be like safe and stable and without as problematic edge cases. But I also think for large ships would be great. Yes, Vinny. Exploration and like encounters and that kind of side of the game is something that I can't promise, but it is definitely an area that we feel could benefit from new features and improvement. And it could add a lot to the game, so stay tuned. But let's focus on the next one, which is Grid AI. So, more ways of propulsion. No plans for that, but what would you like to see when you say that different, another class of thrusters? Do you mean Archer? I'm curious what you mean by that. Probably, right? Redo of weapons or detector range. Like, are you talking about the range of weapons? Or... So... I don't know, I had a good answer for that last time. Also potentially, but again, the way they are now is partly through gameplay, but also from performance point of view, because we have basically the weapons. You don't want to have the weapons that can shoot beyond like the render distance. You see what I mean? So already the railgun, I believe, we starting to get relatively close. No, hold on. It's the sync distance. I mean, sync distance is what sync distance normally at, but. There are, as we increase weapon range, the balance comes into play, and some people I know are already asking about, can you increase the damage of weapons as well? And I do think that a weapons pass, even on balance, that could be range, could also come at some point. But if you change one factor of the weapons, you tend to need to also think about what will be the knock-on effects of that, right? Can I do a big shout out to Climb as well here for the server today? He was on the move in his car, I think, and somehow managed to boot a server up from mobile. So I don't know if you're there, Climb, but thanks, man. See some love in the chat for Climb, guys, because he enabled us to check out some cool stuff today. And yeah, awesome Helicarrier. And you got me thinking, Victoros. Well, I'm definitely going to be looking up about if Helicarriers could be viable. Read some articles about it. Got me thinking. As always, guys, I wanted to also do another reminder that you should join our Discord if you haven't joined the Keen Software Discord. If you want just general questions when we're not live, or if you are looking for people to play with or help into modding or anything, please do join the Keen Software House Discord, discord.gg/KeenSWH. There's always people on there who can point you in the right direction for whatever you may need. So I'd like to think most of you guys are in there, but if you're not, it's a great place to be for finding out anything you need about space engineers. So, other things also want to remind you guys about. Thank you, Rodel. Look at those. All that link worked. The link that Rodel put also works. Support site. If you guys have bugs, issues, suggestions, keep up the support site. And I know a lot of you guys, it might feel like Keen doesn't read them or ignores them, but I can tell you this, we do read them. Just, you know, even this morning I was speaking to someone who said they went through all the latest of things. So it's not it's mainly about when we'll be able to get to them, right? Because there are often duplicate ideas or similar ideas, and also it comes down to that resource and priority kind of thing. But just because it might not seem like we're addressing that concern or idea straight away, for sure we've had a lot of bugs that have been fixed thanks to people who have reported on the site, and also via the voting system we've had features and even smaller quality of life improvements done to the game only because people made a suggestion and the community got behind it and voted for it. So even if you're not making suggestions, please do go there from time to time and vote on ideas that you really feel strongly about, because I'm telling you guys, it does make a difference. But there's so many ideas, we cannot obviously address everything at once, but I want to just remind you guys that we do look through that, and we appreciate everyone who does help us with the game through that support site. So thank you, everyone. Keep that up. Final kind of reminder is again about this build contest that we've kind of got going on for my carrier. It's going to be the 15th of August, I think we said. So you got a couple more weeks and plus a weekend to take part in that contest. If you got a link for that, Rotal, basically we'll get a link here in the chat again, and you guys can check it out. And basically, it's a really old build that I first made in 2014. I never really got to finish it. And I kept saying, people were asking for it for years, like, oh, where is that ship? Whose ship is that? Where can I get that ship? And I never released it for so long because I wanted to like build it and finish it and then release it. But as the years go on, I find it harder and harder to find time to do these things. So I released it on the workshop as a kind of empty shell. And as a challenge to kind of go with that release, I asked the community to basically who can retrofit, who can upgrade it to 22 standards the best. And it's kind of relatively fun and casual, but if you happen to make a great version, I want to make an official version that will post on the Keen Software House workshop, which could become like the official version, which we could also use in trailers as well in the future. So that's kind of that's the potential thing if it's a really great version of it. But hopefully it's a challenge, and if you guys have fun just building and doing something cool, then you can check that out. And the link, so Rotal's just put it there. Got a PSA in the chat there. That Commander Rotal or Rotal, Veronica Rotal in the Twitch chat. As for submitting them, Skio, stay tuned. I'm going to come with you next week. I'll come with a way to submit those, so you'll have like a week and a half or something to submit them via the submit. It's probably going to be like a form to submit it, because I originally wanted to have it in the comments of that blueprint, but then I realized that some people may want to keep their blueprint unlisted until until we showcase it, so people don't copy ideas or whatever, or want to have a surprise. So I'm also pasting that link a couple times. There's a fighter to go with it as well. There's a fighter, if you check my Steam workshop, there's a fighter called the XF1000. The fighter is designed to go with that carrier, so if you want to do a bonus thing of that retrofit, you can also take that carrier, that fighter, and update that to kind of go together with it. But that's kind of optional bonus there. What else is there to do with that? Ideally, I'm looking for no mods, so fully vanilla version, because it should be something that we can put on the Keen workshop, so it can be pasted into any world. But I know there are some people who are just building it for fun and are not taking part in the contest. They just want to do their own thing with it. So if you want to also do like a crazy modded version just to blow my mind, then feel free to use all the mods that you want to do. Just keep in mind that it won't be eligible to potentially for us to post as in a more official version. So go to town, do what you want with it. You can change the color scheme a bit if you want. You can even change the shape and some other details. I'm really curious to see what you guys do with it. As long as it's recognizable to what it was originally somewhat, then I don't mind. I'm really curious to see the different takes on it. But then the main thing is the interior and probably the thrusters and stuff. And because 2014 we had way less blocks, so even the armor shapes, I'm sure they could be made more interesting now. So that was a challenge. You still got time to go for it if you wanted to get involved. I think we have over 10 people doing it already, maybe even like 15 or something. So I'm really curious. So that was the final kind of reminder I could think of today. And yeah, I will... Wow, you were down to... Uncle says 0% done. So you did it on your 10-year-old computer and you were down to 20 FPS. Oh no, 90% done. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to Uncle Jay. Sounds like you've really put in some dedication there. Running at 20 FPS to finish that, so I'm curious there. Okay. Oh, you was on the workshop for a while now. Oh, it's finished then. I thought you said it was not. Okay, it's finished. Well, I'm not going to check out any of these ships until the finish date. So I go in with a totally kind of like blind, you know, open mind or whatever. Great, Skew. That's great. So yeah, like I say, thank you for everyone who stopped by tonight, all the creators who shared their builds and showcased them, and all the questions. I apologize I didn't get to all the questions, but guys, I'll be here next week, and I'll be trying to answer more questions as possible. So I appreciate your patience, you know, with trying to get to your question, because it's I know there's always so many. That's why we can easily just do these streams and just do Q&A, but try to balance it. So thank you guys. I will be streaming myself probably over the weekend as well over on Twitch, so feel free to join me there. I've also been away at TwitchCon and stuff, but this weekend I should be back at my desk doing some streams as well. So if you want to join me for some kind of after hours stuff, you can check me out over on Twitch. I think that really is the last thing I can think of. I'm scrambling here for other last announcements. But I guess that's it. Keep on doing what you're doing, guys. Being the most awesome community around, and continuing to blow our minds with what you come up with, and all the creations and servers and experiences that you guys, and videos and more that you guys do. So final thing is actually to do the shout outs. Who do we have in the chat of YouTube and Twitch? Let's see the names. Shout out time.
It's the shout out time. In the chat tonight, I see.
In YouTube, Star Wars fan, Metallic Medium, Chicken Fry Ramen, Lee Epps, Luke the Guy, Newfang, S-King, Retro Millennial, Green Bean, Javier, S-King. I can't pronounce that name, but I'll say UA. Mark, Brent, Senelux, Juan, Aikagi, Sam, Ace Fox, Wezion, Flukia Goose, Swiss Online Ender, Melfic, Isaac, Demon Lord, Strada, Blue, Tightrote, Sam, Dave, Jim, Andrew, Excited, and in the Twitch chat, I see Darkstorm, Random, Evenstar LX, Darkstorm, Echo, Arwin, The Space Engineers, Zero, Dunhiker, Real Mad Chat, Gemini, Silverbane, Dakin, Kabold, Spets, Adarinin, Jalkath, sorry, Karadek, Rotal, Manta Ray, Senna. Great. And probably some more out there as well. And all the lurkers as well. Lurkers love. So until next time, guys, have a great rest of your week and weekend. And I'll see you out there. When your wheels are banging, better hope your ship. When your rotors are banging, better hope your ship ain't clanging. That was the one. Bye!